Good afternoon, Martin. Thank you for agreeing to talk to me about your time as an ex-Jeppe rower and our exciting Jeppe Boats and Blades fundraising initiative. You've been very good to Jeppe over the past few years, and we thank you for your support. It's highly appreciated. I'd like you to tell me how your Jeppe rowing journey began, as I believe you were the very first Jeppe oarsman.
That's right. You want me to start? Quickly. Okay. I must have been about 12 years old. I know it's old now. I don't think it's going to take 12 years to do this interview. But I had an uncle, Dr. Tomlinson, a gynecologist who worked out of Marymount Hospital. And after seeing his patients on Sunday mornings, he'd come and pick me up in his old Volkswagen Beetle, take me to be a little cox at Wemmerpan, where he rode with his good friend Ernest Gehring. After doing this for a couple of years, being the cox in an old tub, heavyweight tub, which he belonged to Wemmerpan Rowing Club, he himself was a Jeppe old boy. He got his full colours for rugby just before the war. And he said, why don't you go and get something? Let's form a Jeppe Rowing Club. There had been schools teams out, but not under the name of a school, just a bunch of guys from this place, or a bunch of guys from Germiston. It wasn't at all formalised. I duly arranged a crew. I suppose these are the guys with the longest hair or whatever. They weren't in any other team. We had no ball sense. I don't know what's wrong with us. So we didn't make cricket and tennis. But I rounded up Michael Watt, Herbie Frex, who's now a doctor in King Williamstown still practicing, James Davidson, and Ken Brooks. Ken Brooks was very small when I saw him there. I had to see him now. You wouldn't make him the coxswain, that's for sure. He'd be the heaviest in the boat. And anyway, we did a few races. We got this crew together. Doc Tomlinson coached us. And that was in 58. We entered a few regattas as junior crew, and we did quite well against some of the lesser university crews. All we had was a boat that he'd scrounged somehow, I think from either Wits University or Wemmerpan. It was a clinker boat. I'll tell you about the boat. A clinker, not breakable into two pieces. And the clinkers are the way the Greeks and the Romans built boats 4,000 years ago. It's made with strips of wood. It's heavy as hell, and also when you try to keep it watertight, it doesn't. So you have to put elastoplast around it. Everywhere is elastoplast, all you could find. And elastoplast called Sleek, so the boat got his nickname Sleek. It sure was not sleek though. Then we got a crew together. Until one day he said, right, now let's venture to deep waters, 59, let's get a venture down to SA Champs, which is held at Buffalo then, in force. Everything was in force, no schools rowing mates. We went down to Selborne. We got sort of permission from Alan Grant to take his headmaster to take the crew down. Alan said, yes, go David, go David. Left on the Thursday, I guess. And my dad had made a roof carrier to take a clinker for on my mother's Vanguard motor car, which we called the Pregnant Prawn. Most ugly car you could ever see. 3-speed gearbox, top speed 40 miles an hour. And we went all the way to East London as a crew. There must be a few other parents of the boat, so I don't know the details. Anyway, to cut a long story short, we rode in there. We came second to Selborne. Selborne A, Selborne B third. And to beat Selborne in those days was like beating St. Stephen's in some days and St. Benedict's other days. It really was a feather in our cap. We drove back, and then funny how I was announced to school. Monday morning I was in Afrikaans. I remember the teacher's name was David. And he said, Maine, who come slaap jy? Why are you sleeping? Then what did you do this weekend? I went to East London, sir. What doing in East London? I nearly spoke army language. He said, no, you've been rowing. What rowing? I told him all about it. You see, they ran off to Grant and said, you know, they came second SA Champs. And of course, next thing Grant, the whole school was up in a buzz about it. That was a lot, but I guess if we hadn't done SA Champs, it might have fizzled out. But that must have been a key race for the starting point of the club. Because that was very kicked off successfully. Then, of course, when Jeppe did something, Dr. Tomlinson said, right, what we've got to do is get other schools involved. So he went to Bob Hersoff, who's founder family of the Anglo-Val mining group, very enormous mining group. Still is quite big, another company. And he managed to scrounge money for 3 boats, carvels. There was quite a nice really advanced, it's like the proper boats from Anglo-Val, and he gave one to King Edward's, one to Jeppe, and one to Parktown. So all regattas now, immediately we had 3 crews on, 3 schoolboy crews, and then the rest, everybody joined in. I think General Smuts came pretty soon after that. Mondial came in and took off. The rest of the history you'll see in the books of the rowing clubs, schools rowing. That's how I got off with an old boat he'd been borrowed and stolen from one of either Fitz or Pan. Heavy as hell. But the key point is we came second to sail on the SA Champs. We made an impression. And the headmaster, Jeppe, liked it very much.
So Martin, tell me, after that wonderful story, how has this camaraderie and commitment affected you or inspired you in your adult life?
Okay, quite a lot. After Jeppe, I went to ride at Wits University for a while. I rode too much, and P.W. Botha got me into the army, the country. But the leadership and everything, I came from rowing, and the people rowing in an 8 or a 4 even, or any crew. The nanosecond timing, the rhythm, the heartbeats, you've all got to be in unison that you cannot believe. And once you get that boat in unison, it just lifts out the water, and you see that bow wave coming down the back of the boat. It's a sensation now that you could drive 200 km now down Le Mans Straight in the car, and it wouldn't give you that same sensation. I was seeing that boat going. And you consider each person's only 3.3 of a horsepower, maybe 0.4 horsepower. It's the most energetic sport in the world, incidentally. That means that's only propelled by an 8, because 4 horsepower. And so you haven't got much power to waste. That's how you got to get going. So you learn to be as efficient as you can, and that rubs off, I think, on other things here, to try and do everything perfectly. After the army, I went to, when Brian and Colin, my sons, went to Jeppe, and Brian rode in the first 8 in his day, with Fritz Roberg as the coach. I think that on the Jeppe side there, then when they got involved, when they had an invitational race for the fathers, which I went to with Alf Short. And we had fun there. And when I was doing that, some friends of mine from Viking Rowing Club, old boys, Fitz old boys and so on, came along and said, "What are you doing here?" And I explained, "Why don't you come row for Vikings?" So I did. I joined Vikings. I was invited to join because I had Fitz credentials. I was quite a nice thing. Not a hell of a big credential, but I had Fitz University. And then I rowed for Vikings. I got involved with Vikings. That's the last 40 years I've been rowing with Vikings.
Oh, wow. And tell me another thing. So obviously you've been giving and donating to this club already, and I'm assuming as part of this initiative you're going to continue to do so. Are you going to inspire other old boys to make donations and kind of put a call to action out to them, or how would you like to see this?
Well, I just a little of that. We have the help I gave Sebastian Prince a nice send-off.
Yes.
And let me tell you, I'll meet Sebastian again. We had a Jeppe Old Boys reunion at the school hall. Yeah. And the rowing photographs at the bottom of the staircase on the bottom of the middle row. I'll happily be standing there. And Sebastian's mother came to me. I can't remember, Simone.
Simone,
yes. Yes, Sebastian's just been chosen to row in the World Championships.
Yes.
It's coming out. Gee, with Michelle. My hair stood up, still stands up when I talk about it. I got Sebastian, had his full colours because mothers were doing the catering. As you probably know, the Jeppe mommies. And I stood next to his photograph and shook hands. He had his colours blazer on, and he was rowing captain. And I said to my buddies, put my arm around him and said, "Guys, you know what, 50 years ago, 60-something years ago, I'd never ever thought I'd be standing in the same place with my arm around the rowing captain, being announced on his chosen to go to row in the World Championships." It really makes the hair stand up to think, the water and that bridge. And I got photographs of 2 of us, arms around each other there, admired by Jeppe half colours blazer, all I got those days. And congratulating going to the World Championships. I said to Simone, she kept us, they're rowing in the finals. I said, 3 o'clock tomorrow morning. I said to Simone, if they come in on the podium, that phone rings. Otherwise, don't phone me. 3 in the morning. So if that phone rings, 3:30, that phone rang. And that's when they got beaten by 0.2 of a second by Germany. Yes. And the Jeppe boy stroked the boat.
Yeah, we watched the race. Yeah, it was phenomenal.
Yes, amazing.
Yes.
Okay,
so tell me, sorry?
Carry on, you carry on.
No, I'm just interested to know if you have a network that you're still connected to and you can get them to be part of the fundraising initiative. Yes.
Our active rowing at Vikings is not really as active as it should be. Could be. We're all very old now. You look at the photo, I've got too many people missing. But I still go to Jeppe breakfast. I still go to the support, and I will do something to support the rowing more than I did before. I'll certainly do some help on that.
That's
Another
great.
thing, if I could help also with trophies. We can make some trophies if you want me to. My wife's got a business that can do that. As water cutting. We can make some nice trophies for you.
Cool.
So that's where we can help like that.
That's great. And then tell me, in closing, perhaps you can just share with me one other anecdote from your career as a Jeppe rowing boy, something special that you perhaps remember.
Yes, I remember it was Brian Goodall. Yes, it was Brian Goodall. He followed, he was an MP after that. Let me think. Probably lots of things. I don't know if I can repeat them all. My mother and father might not know them either.
Well, use the safe ones.
But I remember Brian Goodall, the team after us, I was coaching him. And they decided to ride out somewhere to, not quite Riddle, but some dam to go training. But it meant rowing past the Radium Beer Hall and on Redwood Avenue. And everybody told him that you're not allowed to go rowing there because it's a cemetery. Probably the parents told them they didn't want to stop in for a drink. So they used to go another route. But when he took them into a real graveyard, and one night one guy lost his cool because they were going through a real graveyard. And he thought it was a good experience, sort of not to do. That was the end of that train. Then after that, we diverted all arranged the train and ran up to the top of the hill to the memorial up and down that staircase. And the amount of guys and horsepower has been used running up and down that staircase must be amazing. Little incidents, I'm sure I could think of more. You caught me a little unawares there, but I could tune my mind.
No, that's absolutely fine. It's been such a pleasure speaking to you, and it's always lovely to hear these stories. I must say, I'm feeling quite honored that I'm getting to hear some of the intimate Jeppe stories and some of the history. It's been a lovely journey. So we thank you. Thank you for your time. Thank you for agreeing to speak to us. And I'd just like to say to everybody else out there that's been following us and listening to our stories that please go and check out our website, Jeppe Boats and Blades. And then till then, keep calm and keep pulling together for gold. Thank you, Mr.
Thank you, Michelle. Thank you. And all the best too for the future.